हेलो, नहीं डॉक्टर साहब हैं, स्टार्ट करें। हेलो गाइस, हेलो,
morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू।
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We will start today a very interesting and very easy chapter, that is ocular injury. Clear? In chapter ocular injury, injury is started from a simple abrasion to perforation of the globe. That is very simple and maybe very grave. In chapter ocular injury, we have divided the total ocular injury in two major groups for each of the study and each of the knowledge purpose. Ocular injury classified in mechanical ocular injury and non-mechanical ocular injury. It is only classification for better and best understanding of this ocular injury chapter. Mechanical ocular injury and another one is non-mechanical ocular injury. In non-mechanical ocular injury, we have to go through the injury by chemical, injury by thermal, injury by electrical, and injury by radiational. In such a way, in non-mechanical ocular injury, ocular may be due to chemical may be the alkali and the acid. There may be thermal injury due to the change of temperature. There may be the electrical injury when electric current passes through your body surface, and radiational injury. All of you are always exposure in the radiation. There is UV light, infrared, and another radiation injuries. In mechanical ocular injury, we have studied the four major groups: chemical injury, thermal injury, electrical injury, and radiational injury. But in cases of mechanical ocular injury, as per new ocular trauma terminology system, that is proposed by Birmingham Eye Trauma Terminology, PET, that is adopted by American Ocular Trauma Society. We all are follower in from above given Birmingham's Eye Trauma Terminology, or that is adopted by American Ocular Trauma Society. These classify the mechanical ocular injury in some different parts. First is closed globe injury. Means our globe is closed, not penetration or perforation. Closed globe injury may be caused by contusion, bluntoma, by lamellar laceration. Total thickness of the eyeball is not lacerated, only lamellar. Some fraction of lacerated, but there is no any penetration and perforation. Partial thickness wound of the eyeball. That is closed globe injury. Another one is open globe injury. In such injury, globe is ruptured. One is globe rupture, another is globe laceration. In laceration, we have to go through three headings. Penetrating injury means in the globe only a point of entry, no the point of exit, only the point of entry, means single ocular wall involved. That is the penetrating injury. Another one is perforating injury. Perforating injury means two wall involves, means there may be one wound of entry, another is wound of exit, that is the perforating injury. In such a way, any object, if coming toward the eye, that is having some momentum, some kinetic energy. The catastrophe depends upon the momentum or kinetic energy of the object and sharpness of the object. When it is more sharp and having more momentum, it can perforate the globe. Means both the wall involved. Means there is wound of entry and there is wound of exit. Third one is intraocular foreign body. In these cases, foreign body is come and reside inside the intraocular organs. Another one is extraocular foreign bodies. Another one is extraocular injuries that may be caused by blunt trauma or sharp object. Extraocular injury means the globe is spared the globe, and there may be the injury of the conjunctiva, there may be the injury of the eyelids, there may be the injury of the lacrimal apparatus, there may be the injury of the optic nerve, there may be the injury of the orbital areas. And last one is sympathetic ophthalmitis. I mean to say, in non-mechanical ocular injury, we have to study the chemical injuries, thermal injuries, electrical injuries, and radiational injuries. But in cases of mechanical ocular injury, as per Birmingham Eye Trauma terminology, and that is adopted by American Ocular Trauma Society, in such cases, mechanical ocular injury may be classified as closed glove injury, open glove injury. There may be extraocular foreign body. Extraocular foreign body means what? The body is just lodged in the ocular surfaces. Extraocular injury means main globe is not involved. The part of that means conjunctiva may be involved, eyelids may be involved, lacrimal apparatus involved, optic nerve and orbital. In another last one is sympathetic ophthalmitis. This is very interesting chapter. So we have go through this classification and a brief. This give the idea of what you have to study in this chapter. Let us start with the very simple, that is extraocular foreign body. Just assume if any foreign body is come, it may be just reside on the ocular surface, or it may be penetrate in the ocular surface, or it may be perforate. All these depends upon the momentum and sharpness and heaviness of the object. In extraocular foreign body, bodies may be lost on the conjunctiva. Most common site of lodgement is upper sulcus subtarsalis. There is a potential concave space in upper lid when it just opposes the globe. Subtarsalis, sulcus subtarsalis. There is foreign body may be lost. Foreign body may be either metallic, non-metallic, and there may be insect, and there it may be agriculture product, dust may be. So these may be simple lodged on the sulcus subtarsalis. Another site is it may be lodged on the conjunctiva. It may also lodge over the cornea. In cornea, it may be just in the epithelium. It may be go inside the stroma. Rarely foreign body, simple foreign body, rarely it go to the perforation. So all these are the foreign bodies, that is extraocular foreign bodies. Clinical feature of this symptom is discomfort and profuse watering. There may be redness, pain and photophobia, defective vision. If it lodged on the pupillary areas on the cornea, it may defect the vision. Sign. Examination reveals marked blepharospasm. If any foreign body lodged, there may be blepharospasm. Our leads, the patient's leads is always going to be closed due to irritation. Complication, that foreign body may be sterile or may be infective. If it is infective, there may be acute bacterial conjunctivitis, there may be corneal ulceration, there may be pigmentation and opacity. If foreign body is metallic, either iron or copper in such a way, iron residing in two form, us and ig form. If iron is lodged surrounding to the foreign body, there is hyperpigmentation. All these are mishappening of this. Treatment is simple to remove it. That may be removed through the slit lamp. Slit lamp, why? Because better magnification. It may be removed in the OT with operating microscope. It may be removed with 25 or 26 gauge needle, tip of the needle. Another, it may be removed by foreign body aspirate, a special instrument that is foreign body aspirate needed to remove the foreign body from the corneal surfaces. What we have to take the precautions if any person who is working outside, working in the industries or in the agriculture work, whatever the site, they should care themselves and they should use the spectacle for betterment of the eye. Another one is, so all these regarding the extraocular foreign bodies. Next is closed globe injuries. Causes and pathogenesis of damage. There may be modes of trauma. There may be direct blow, accidental blunt trauma. If any blunt object hit the eye, that may be the direct impact to the globe and compression wave. Eyeball is like a balloon. If you give any trauma to the balloon, the wave of the injury is transferred to all surfaces inside and outside, like that. What is my eyeball? Eyeball like a balloon. If anybody hit to the cornea, there may be main trauma with the mechanics, another is from the concussion injury, and another is the wave, that is direct impact. Compression wave forces, reflected compression waves, rebound compression waves. These all are the means of the injury and catastrophe through the ocular surface. Mechanism of damage: mechanical tearing of the tissue of the eyeball, damage to the tissue, vascular damage, trophic damage. Trophic damage is because of the injury of the nerve. Delayed complication there may be. There may be secondary glaucoma, hemophthalmitis, there may be cataract, there may be retinal detachment. All these are the catastrophe of the closed ocular trauma. Lesions of closed globe injury. Lesions on the cornea, there may be simple corneal abrasion, recurrent corneal erosion, partial corneal tear, tears in the Descemet membrane, acute corneal edema, there may be blood staining of the cornea. It means what? If anybody having concussion injury to the eyeball, there may be simple abrasion, there may be erosion, due to trauma, due to vascular injury, there may be bleeding in the anterior chamber or posterior chamber. There may be hyphema, means blood in the anterior chamber of the eyeball. If trauma of the Descemet membrane, then the permeability of cornea is going on and blood stent the cornea. That is very bad situation of that. The trauma of the sclera. Sclera may be traumatized either in lamellar scleral laceration or association with other lesion of closed globe injury. There may be in anterior chamber, there may be traumatic hyphema. This traumatic hyphema causes staining of the cornea and it blocks the corneal angle. We have no just what are the structures in the angle, that is Schlemm's canal, trabecular meshwork, scleral aspert, ciliary body and root of the iris. If clot is inside the anterior chamber or blood cells inside the anterior chamber, it just occlude the trabecular meshworks. In such a way, there may be secondary glaucoma that further goes to the more corneal staining. There may be injury to the iris, pupil and ciliary body. Iris may be traumatized in cases of concussion injury. Sphincter may be tear. In pupillary margin, there is a sphincter that may be teared. In more trauma, the attachment of the iris, the root of the iris, there may be damage. Iridodialysis. There may be a cases of traumatic mydriasis, rupture of the pupillary margin, radiation tearing in the iris stroma, iridodialysis. Attachment of the iris is detached in such a way if any portion having the detachment of the iris from their root, the pupil is like a defiguration, D-shaped pupil. In cases of iridodialysis, antiflexion of the iris, the posterior portion of the iris becomes anteriorly. And retroflexion of the iris, this term is used when whole of the iris is doubled back into the ciliary region and becomes invisible. In cases, total iris tear from their root, 360-degree detachment, and it just goes behind our vision, settle down in the lower portion, that is retroflexion of the iris. Traumatic aniridia. Aniridia means loss of iris. That may be congenital, that may be traumatic. And traumatic aniridia, the total iris is being very small and forming a minute ball shape. Another one is angle recession. Angle may be recessed if blunt trauma, concussion injury is more. There is the angle is recessed. What will occur? When angle is recessed, the normal drainage of the aqueous is not fulfilled. In that cases, there may be secondary glaucoma. That is angle recession glaucoma. Inflammatory changes, there may be traumatic iridocyclitis, hemophthalmitis, post-traumatic iris atrophy of the pigmentary changes. Treatment is, we have to give the atropine, antibiotics and steroid. Trauma to the lens. If there is blunt trauma, then what are the findings on the lens? On the lens anterior surface, circular ring, a brown pigment seen on the anterior capsule, it occurs due to sticking of the pupillary pigment is attached on the anterior surface of the lens due to trauma. This is osseous ring. It is alloy smaller than the size of the pupil. If there is blunt trauma, what are the changes in the lens? There may be osseous ring. What is osseous ring? A pigmentary dispersions, pigments are deposited on the anterior surface of the lens due to blunt trauma. Another is concussion cataract. There may be the cataract if the trauma is so hard. There may be changes in the anterior capsule and posterior capsule that may be porous or due to concussion injury. There may be concussion cataract, that is discrete subepithelial opacities. Early Rossetti cataract. Rossetti means what? Star-like pictures found, star-like opacities are found on the just behind the anterior capsule of the lens. Traumatic jonular cataract, diffuse concussion cataract, early maturation of senile cataract. All these are the catastrophe on the lens. Another one is traumatic absorption of the lens. There may be subluxation of the lens. If the trauma is more, if the concussion injury is more, if the blunt trauma is more, the zonules of the lens may be broken. Due to broken of the zonules, the lens may be subluxated. Dislocation of the lens. If trauma is more, concussion injury is more, blunt trauma is more, there is total zonular dehiscence. In such cases, the lens may become in the anterior chamber, that may be goes inside the vitreous. That is traumatic. All these are the findings of